Now we're going to start the last topic, and it's about Will Smith and Duane Martin. Unfortunately, Will Smith can't catch a break. We all seen that. But this time, we have to beat Will Smith's back in. And because the thing about it, we know this is a PR stunt that he was doing. And one thing I want to say is thank you, Jaguar White. Thank you, Orlando Brown. Thank you, Lisa Ray, Tisha Campbell, and a few other of y'all are validating what the hell was going on with Will Smith. We're thinking this man and his wife is a power couple, and they're out here having these freak parties and all this other bullshit. And like we want to say these are allegations, but if your own friend, your friend who been around you for like almost 37 plus years, are saying this shit is really happening, and he wrote a book on it, and all you have to do is tell the truth, then you know what? You're gonna have to sue this motherfucker. And you might not win. I actually think Will Smith and Jada Pinkins crew, no matter what lawyer that they get, they're not gonna win. Cause this motherfucker been around him. This motherfucker knows too much. This shit is too detailed. Then after that, y'all making fucking Jaguar, right, and Orlando Brown look fucking crazy. And these motherfuckers is just telling the truth. They're telling their side of the story and what's going on. And we looking at these motherfuckers crazy. And I want to say thank you, King and Queen. This queen been saying this shit for over 10, 20 years. Professor McGriff been saying this shit almost 20, 30 years. Like this motherfucker, if you ever see Separation, was it 6 Degrees of Separation? Will Smith played that shit too good. He played that shit way better than motherfucking the Ali movie, the documentary of Muhammad Ali. He played that too good. And it's so bad, I seen skimps of it. I'm actually scared to watch this motherfucking movie. I am really scared to watch this movie. I'd rather watch Emancipation before I ever seen 6 Degrees of Separation. And the reason why, we already know about motherfucking slavery and how these folks is. We already know how these folks is. But Will Smith doing this fucking role right here, you know, this motherfucker still a guy, this motherfucker in the bed with another guy? Nah, I don't think I could see that. Even though it might be acting, I'm scared to see this shit. Because, you know what? Let me tell you how all this bullshit happened. There's a guy named Brother Bilal. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, but this guy been around Will Smith and other people from the industry for over 40 years. He had he considered Will Smith his best friend. If anything's going on, he goes to Will Smith. If he's feeling a certain way, he goes to Will Smith. If Will Smith ever need anything, Will Smith will go to Bilal. But Brother Bilal said, once Jada Pinkett got into that picture, everything changed. Will Smith is not his guy no more. Even though Brother Bilal still been there, that was Jada Pinkett's team. Put it this way. When you say the Smiths family, that's Jada Pinkett's PR team. Everything goes through that team. And I understand they want to be a motherfucking power couple, but they're out here doing the devil's work. I don't know what, I don't know how powerful this shit is. Then these allegations that brother Bill, I don't even know if we could even call it allegations. Because this motherfucker was there. This motherfucker saying what's going on. Well, we can believe Cassie, but don't believe brother Bilal? Is there a gray line that I'm not seeing? As the same thing that's going through with Diddy and everybody believing Cassie, why can't we believe brother Bilal? We heard these stories before. Didn't we hear these stories about Diddy in these freaky parties? In these parties getting out of hand? Motherfuckers doing things. Some people are doing things that they don't want to do. So, what is going on? The only difference is Will Smith didn't pay out of this shit. But Will Smith can get out of this situation if he comes to truth and says this, says what really is going on. Cause these stories that brother Bilal is telling us, these are 6 stories. These are 6 stories. The stories that Jaguar Wright was telling us was 6 stories. And both of these motherfuckers was in Philly when this bullshit was going on. Because we have to shame the devil. We have to shame the devil. Jaguar Wright told us about Jada Pinkett years ago. Then we got this porn star saying that she had a girlfriend back in the days. And I heard this story before. I've been hearing this story for years. But nobody never said anything about it. That's why I still say allegedly. That's why I still say allegedly. I heard these stories before. And that's why this is why I'm saying one thing. Most of this bullshit has some truth to it. Not everybody can be fucking lying. Not everybody hates Will Smith. A lot of people dislikes his wife. That's kind of most people's relationships. Most people dislike the husband or the wife. Then we're hearing the story, Duane Martin was pounding on fucking Will Smith. And this motherfucking brother Bilal walked in on him. Are we going to just skip that and say that, oh, he didn't really see that, he's just doing this for brownie points? Nah, this nigga's doing this for a reason. And one thing I got to say about Will, this is what happens when you don't treat your people right. This is what happens when you don't treat your friends as your friends. This is what happens when you let your wife get involved with your friendship. I knew this was gonna happen. And the thing about it, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this shit was gonna happen. This is bullshit, but I knew this bullshit was gonna happen. And this is sad. This is very, very sad. And the thing about it is because this man's living a lie. And I know, and this is why I said, I feel like Brother Bilal should have never done it, but he did it anyways. Because he looked at him as his friend, like, still as his friend, say, like, yo, you wasn't even trying to pay me for my service. No, you had your wife interfere with our business. It wasn't like I was doing bad work. I did great work for you, and you felt like you didn't have to pay me. Like, this is about money. Revenge? No, I don't think this is about revenge. To me, I'm looking at this shit as an intervention. I know how y'all say, oh, Roshan, how you see this shit as an intervention? Niggas been saying this shit for you 2 years. Niggas know how you get down. Niggas know you be at those parties. You, Diddy, all y'all niggas be at those parties. And like the thing about it, we will accept you anyways if you buy, my nigga. Like, black people ain't the most hateful people in the world. Last time I remember, we're not the most hateful or racist people in the world. We might not like motherfuckers. We might not like a certain race, but we don't do shit. We don't do shit like that to fuck people up. No matter what America says, in America's standpoint on FBA people, and if people don't know what, this is your first time listening to my show and you don't know what FBA is, it's a foundational Black American. Me, I consider myself Hebrew, but I understand what that means, so I'm gonna use it. As a black man, we still gonna accept you. You still are people. Like when niggas was doing that bozo shit, when Kanye was wilding out, he was saying all this crazy shit. We still accepted Kanye. Always said that's our people. It was only the Democratic and these liberal black people. Like Obama. Obama ain't even our people. He's East African. He's not a foundational Black American. His father's a Kenyan. Like, we can't claim Obama. And the reason why we can't claim Obama is he's East African. He don't know about the black struggle like that. He probably read books. He don't have that inheritance and his mother's white. Come on, man. Let's get this shit together, man. Like, I know I sound crazy, but at the end of the day, this is the truth. If we're going to talk facts, these are facts. Like, America hoodwinked us, giving us Obama. First of all, Obama didn't do shit for us. Again, if y'all ever heard or if you understand my feeling towards Obama, I feel like Obama didn't do shit for black people. If he consider him our people, he didn't do shit for us. He did shit for everybody else except us. To me, Obama's a full of shit, and he's a piece of shit president. But was he better than other presidents? Probably. But black people really never had a great president for each other, for us. Maybe Jimmy Carter. Maybe Jimmy Carter. Maybe. Even though this motherfucker was arguing with Fidel Castro. And I know a lot of niggas don't like Fidel Castro. But one thing I could say about Fidel Castro, he was for his Cuban he was for his Cuban community. He helped other people as well. He might have did wrong, but he did some right as well. Like, I always tell people all the time, I think this is Jada. This is Jada's fault. And I've been telling people, this is Jada's fault and this shit's gonna get worse. I knew this shit was gonna get worse. Everybody knew this shit was gonna get worse. I don't even think you needed a magic ball to understand that shit. She talk about we suing. Nigga, where's we? I thought y'all niggas was separated. All of a sudden, we a team now. Y'all niggas wasn't together for 6 years, as y'all say. All of a sudden, we suing. All you is a liar and a goddamn devil. You the goddamn devil. Both of y'all.